Hello. So we were out and about today trying to track down the rest of the DC Multiverse series by McFarlane Toys, and we stumbled across this right here. So it's the NECA Dynamic Figure stand. It says it's got ratcheted extended arms that retract, suction cups, which is really cool, so you could have them like attached to a wall or something. Desktop stand, adjustable support arm extender. I just kind of kept going back and forth looking at this thing, and I just decided to buy it on a whim. We have a ton of figures, most of which are all put away, and I am speaking of loose figures, many of which were purchased loose, so I can play with them and do whatever, pose them and whatnot. Figures like these, the new Batman ones, we will keep packaged. If we are lucky enough to find them loose somewhere, we'll be sure and buy them. So my, how do I put this? My first reservation with getting this was that it's quite possible it's something that works exclusively with NECA figures. I kind of doubt it, but it was just a stupid concern. They also had like big round figure stands with the holes in them, or the pegs or whatever, for feet to fit into. I'm pretty sure those would work only with the NECA figures. But anyway, let's open this up, put it together, and see how it works, yeah? Really, I would love to see how they work with the new McFarlane figures. I do have another pair of figures I might be able to try this with also. It's the wild card figures from a game called Fortnite. I apologize, Deadman. There we go. I picked this up at Target for anyone that's curious. Okay, I thought maybe there was a plastic cover there for a second. So my first, on first blush, looking at this seems like very, very brittle plastic. Which I suppose makes sense because it wasn't super expensive. I suppose it wasn't cheap either. There's the ratcheted handle thing. So this can snap into here, like this. So let's see. I'm being very careful with this on purpose. I don't want to break the plastic. And I'm sure it has to fit such snugly because you don't want the thing snapping loose or whatever when you're displaying your most prized figure. Right. Come on, we've got these holes right, yeah? Alright, there we go. Oh, so there's a center one too, I see. I just thought it was the first two pegs. There we go. Suction cups work quite well. Okay. This is nice and tight, so that's nice. Right, so with this here, you could like place it on the wall and display a figure like he's flying or something. So let's remove this now. Oh, that was nice and easy. Okay, we'll put you in here. There we go. So probably with this being so tight as it is, which is nice, you're probably going to want to put the extendable part all the way down. Because if you've got it all the way up here and it's really tight, then you're putting a lot of pressure right here. It's probably going to snap. So yeah, put that down, adjust it like that. Now let's make sure this, oh, see that? That just came out right there. So my next concern is, oh wow, this is super tight. So what I'm trying to do now is I want to swivel this part, which looks like it's got a swivel mechanism right here. And I'm also trying to open up the claw, but it's quite stiff. Wait, maybe it's alright, so it's possible that there's a swivel mechanism right here too. Let's see. Oh boy. Oh, okay. That's easy enough. So this doesn't necessarily swivel. It's got a hexagonal peg and a hexagonal recess. So you just adjust it accordingly, like that. So now that we've got that figured out, let's see how we open up this claw without snapping anything. Alright, wow, that's really tight. Now I suppose if you wanted to avoid something like this, you could either spray it with WD-40 or just loosen it with the little pen screwdriver. So now that we've got that all figured out, let's try this again. Bugger, come on. Now I'm sure most people wouldn't be struggling with this as much as I am. I'm just trying to be careful. Don't want to, don't need a fail video on my hands, yeah? Alright, so maybe what we can do is, that's another concern really, isn't it? We'll try it with Deadman first. So if we put this around his waist, let's lift up your arm. And he's got that super thin skeletal waist, yeah? Come on. Again, I'm trying not to force anything. Don't, there we go, cool. Alright, so we got that. Granted, he's not the most posable of figures. Let's see. How's that look, huh? Not bad. Alright, let's try it with the Spectre. Now, my concern with the Spectre is that he does have a cape. And it's not cloth. It's like that kind of flexible rubber. So now, as we've learned, you release, there we go. And let's try to pry these open. There we go. Spectre's a bit more possible, maybe, yeah. Interesting how his muscular structure doesn't match up with the swivels on his legs in any way. There we go. So with that, let's try to work out a dynamic pose, yeah? Oh, I see. Alright. Joints are very stiff on the Spectre here. As you can tell, I don't really play with these too often. Huh. That actually looks pretty cool. Let's work in something else here. There we go. Huh, that's not too bad, yeah? Look at that. Pretty cool. Now, stupidly, I don't really have the proper arena for displaying as many of the figures as I have, because I do have a ton of them. But if I had a proper man cave or something, a display area, I would most definitely pick up several of these. What were they called? NECA Dynamic Figure stands. Alright, pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to play with my figures now. Really cool. Thanks for watching.